Hello, I'm Ella Sakalauskiene, MRemoval Grand Master. Let me introduce eyebrows removal procedure. This is an exceptional method to remove unwanted pigment. How does the exceptional MRemoval product work? This described method for removing unwanted pigments can be applied to work manually and with a device. The pigment removal product starts working almost immediately, extracting particles of unwanted pigment to the skin surface. In several days after the procedure, a scab forms over the affected area of the skin. More pigment is pushed out during the healing of the skin. When the time comes, the scab containing particles of removed pigment falls off naturally. Questionable results of a micropigmentation or pmu procedure in progress can be removed immediately during the same session or on the same day. Also, the removal can target old PMUs, tattoos, and several layers of pigments. MRemoval extracts both organic and inorganic pigments. All eyebrows have a story to tell. We might have undergone multiple permanent makeup procedures with 2 or 3 years intervals. Possibly, they contain pigment from different manufacturers, both organic and inorganic. Knowing that MRemoval is capable of removing all types of pigments, success is guaranteed. However, it must be considered that pigments may have been introduced into the deepest layers of the skin due to early permanent makeup techniques, which will require several sessions of the MRemoval procedure to remove it. The client must be informed about the real situation and have no unreasonable expectations for pigment to be removed in a single session. Before you start the procedure, make sure to determine the client's skin type according to the Fitzpatrick scale and assess the condition of the skin, considering all possible complications. Give to the client to sign the client's consent form, where is questionnaire about client's health. Work quickly, as the pigment removal procedure must not exceed 1 hour for both eyebrows and including anesthesia. Put a small amount of a product into a disposable container. Prepare tools and instruments to work. Disinfect the skin using an antiseptic product. Determine the type of the skin. See the Fitzpatrick scale of skin types. Apply the topical anesthetic 10-15 minutes before the procedure, and then gently wipe the excess after the time has passed. The number of passes for repeating the step for roughening up the epidermis depends on the skin type according to the Fitzpatrick scale. Do not attempt to remove the entire pigment during a single procedure. Use a microbrush to apply the MRemoval product onto the skin. Working with one eyebrow, the step for roughening up the epidermis may be repeated twice. Do not wipe the skin, leave the MRemoval product working into the skin. Use a microbrush to apply more MRemoval product onto the skin. Continue working with the other eyebrow, left or right. Roughen up the epidermis the first time. This step can be repeated for the second time. Disinfect the skin using an antiseptic product. Use a microbrush to apply the MRemoval product onto the skin. Work using the legato hand motion. Attempt to initiate the reaction in the skin. As soon as the step for roughening up the epidermis is repeated the second time, Leave a product to work in the skin for 5 minutes, returning to the first eyebrow in the meantime. Go back to the first eyebrow, right or left. Wash the eyebrow using Skin Monarch cleaning foam. Use a microbrush to apply the MRemoval product onto the skin. Check the condition of the skin with a microbrush, making a circular motions. The aim is to check whether the penetration was not too deep. Perform the step for roughening up the epidermis the third time. Try to be precise and affect the epidermis on the entire area of the eyebrow. Do not wipe the skin, leave the MRemoval product working in the skin. Perform the step for roughening up the epidermis the fourth time. Use a microbrush to apply the MRemoval product onto the skin. Leave the product to work in the skin for 5 minutes, returning to the other eyebrow. The step for roughening up the epidermis should be repeated for the 5th or 6th times only if the reaction in the skin was sluggish and the skin shows no signs of damage, bleeding or concavities. Stop the reaction in the skin by applying Skin Monarch neutralizer by gently massaging it in. Leave it on the skin for 1-2 minutes. Once the neutralizing is finished, clean the Skin Monarch neutralizer using Skin Monarch cleaning foam. Spray the eyebrows with the perfect finish after care spray. Let it dry for a while. After 4 minutes, apply Skin Monarch Master Care cream on both eyebrows. The cream reduces redness, helps the skin to heal faster, hydrates it, and promotes the renewal for the epidermis. The cream can be used as a last step after procedures. Signs of a well-performed procedure. The reaction in the skin is taking place correctly. Pigment appears on the surface of the skin. The procedure results is no or insignificant micro-concave atrophic changes in the skin surface. No or insignificant redness, erythema or swelling. The skin healing is fast or optimal. Signs of a poorly executed procedure. The reaction in the skin is slow or completely inactive. A change in the surface can be clearly observed. The skin concaves. The skin becomes extremely red or swollen. The healing is difficult and may have complications. Attention! Another cosmetic procedure, permanent makeup, micropigmentation, is allowed no earlier than 3 months after the last MRemoval session. Why was glycolic acid selected to be the key ingredient in MRemoval? The acid is non-aggressive. It penetrates well into the skin. It recognizes pigment in the skin and decomposes it. The mechanism for pigment extraction from the skin draws on physiological qualities of the skin and chemical qualities of glycolic acid. Glycolic acid promotes fast skin regeneration and has anti-inflammatory qualities. The healed skin has no pathological changes. What cases are recommended for the procedure? Micropigmentation or tattoo is out of fashion. Poorly executed, low-quality micropigmentation or tattoo. Pigment migration. The client is unhappy with the design or color of their permanent makeup. The pigment changed the original color. Social reasons. Surgical interventions, injections. Uneven depths of the introduced pigment. Mistakes made during the PMU procedure. The unwanted result was attempt to be disguised with titanium dioxide. Removal of a freshly made permanent makeup or tattoo. other methods provided ineffective. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it will help you to discover non-laser removal world. Welcome to MRemoval trainings live and online.